Sugar is everywhere. We find it in obvious places like candy and cakes, but it also hides in less obvious foods like bread and yogurt. This abundant ingredient has a powerful effect on our brains. It all starts with a taste. When we eat something sugary, our taste buds light up. They send signals to the brainstem. From the brainstem, the signal travels further. It reaches the reward system in our forebrain. This system is responsible for making us feel good. It tells us what we like and encourages us to repeat those behaviors. Eating sugar triggers this reward system. This is why we find it so pleasurable. The reward system is complex. It involves a network of electrical and chemical pathways. These pathways communicate to create feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. When we consume sugar, it's like pressing a button in this system. This button tells our brain that what we're doing is enjoyable. Our brain remembers this pleasurable feeling. It starts to associate sweetness with reward. This is how a simple taste can lead to a desire for more. The journey of sugar from our tongue to our brain highlights its powerful influence on our behavior. Dopamine is a chemical messenger in our brain. It plays a key role in the reward system. When we experience something pleasurable, dopamine is released. This release creates a feeling of satisfaction and happiness. Sugar consumption triggers the release of dopamine. This is why we experience a rush of pleasure after eating a sugary treat. However, our brains are designed to adapt. When we repeatedly expose ourselves to a stimulus, it becomes less novel. This means we need more of it to achieve the same effect. The same is true with sugar. Repeated exposure to sugar can lead to tolerance. Tolerance means we need to consume more sugar to experience the same level of reward. This can lead to a cycle of craving and consumption. Our brains get used to the dopamine rush from sugar. We then crave more to feel the same level of satisfaction. This cycle can be difficult to break. Our brains become wired to seek out sugar. It becomes a learned behavior driven by the reward system. Understanding the role of dopamine helps us understand why we crave sugar. Sugar and drugs like nicotine or cocaine all affect the brain's reward system. They trigger the release of dopamine, leading to feelings of pleasure. However, there is a crucial difference in the intensity of their effects. Drugs like cocaine cause a much larger release of dopamine compared to sugar. This difference in intensity is why drug addiction is considered a more serious condition. Drugs hijack the reward system, making it difficult to control cravings. Sugar, while capable of triggering cravings, doesn't have the same powerful effect. Think of it like this. Eating a piece of cake might give you a small surge of pleasure, but smoking a cigarette or taking cocaine will provide a much more intense high. This difference in dopamine release explains why it's easier to control sugar intake compared to addictive drugs. However, this doesn't mean sugar is harmless. While not as addictive as drugs, excessive sugar consumption can still lead to health problems. It's important to consume sugar in moderation and maintain a balanced diet. Maintaining stable dopamine levels is key to managing sugar cravings. When our dopamine levels are in check, we are less likely to experience intense cravings. One way to achieve this is by consuming balanced meals. A balanced meal, rich in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, provides sustained energy release. This sustained energy release helps regulate blood sugar levels, which in turn stabilizes dopamine. Avoid consuming sugary drinks or processed foods on an empty stomach. These foods cause a rapid spike in blood sugar followed by a crash. This crash can leave you feeling tired and craving more sugar. Incorporate more whole, unprocessed foods into your diet. These foods provide a slower and more sustained release of energy, leading to stable dopamine levels. Remember, our brains are wired to seek novelty. Instead of reaching for the same sugary snack, try exploring new healthy options. The next time you feel a sugar craving coming on, try a piece of fruit instead. You might find that the natural sweetness is enough to satisfy your craving without sending your dopamine levels on a roller coaster ride. By making conscious food choices, we can manage our cravings and maintain a healthy relationship with sugar.